Hey everyone, it's Kai from Cool Collectibles back again for another review. This time it's the Transformers Masterpiece MP-55 Nightbird. And as you can see from the collector card here, it's actually officially known as Nightbird Shadow. I'm not sure what the shadow or where that comes from. I thought it was Nightbird in the G1 cartoon episode where the ninja appeared. But I guess if you do know where the shadow comes from, throw a comment below to let me know. But here's the collector card and the back there. If you're a fan of the Transformers Masterpiece figures, you'll know and love this sort of box style. And the back there with all the pictures and so on of the figure itself. I have had a few questions of late on markings and so on from a few collectors about the Seekers figures. So I guess here's a look at the bottom of the box with all the markings. There's the whatever version label, A2122. I'm not sure why that matters to some collectors, but there you go. So just get that out of the way. It comes with the standard instruction manual, which I don't tend to use. I tend to use online videos and so on. The instruction manuals are typically pretty terrible at explaining the transformation, although there are some fairly decent pictures and so on and instructions on how to use the various accessories. For example, this thing here called the Fling Squirrel mode. I've no idea why it's called Fling Squirrel. I'm assuming there's some sort of comic reference or something like that. But I've got no idea. But I guess there are plenty of options for how you want to use the accessories. So with the accessories, you do get a whole bunch of weapons. So you get complementing swords here with the sort of nice translucent yellow. I guess I would have probably preferred translucent purple in keeping with her Decepticon roots. But I guess that does look fairly nice regardless. I think in bot mode she can hold the handles here, the hilts. I think with the car mode, not quite sure exactly. I think that peg that you see there just sort of pegs in on the side there. It does seem to be a bit of a tight fit, to be honest. So I'm not going to risk scratching off the paint. This one seems to be a bit looser, so you can sort of see how that looks. I'm not sure who would display it like that, but I guess there's the option there. And I think with these lightsabers, I can't actually remember if she had lightsabers in the cartoon either, but I guess it's a decent option if you want her thrown around like a Sith. And again, you can sort of have that sitting on the side there. And then you also get two Psi, which look pretty good. And again, you might better squeeze that in there as well, like that. Or I think you can also peg this in somewhere like that, I think, and then have that on the side of the car. But I guess plenty of options for you to mess around with all of the weapons. I think even with the lightsaber here, you can. I thought they were detachable, but oh no, there you go. They are fairly easily detachable. Just a bit of a gentle twist, and they'll come right out like so. So she could be holding the hilt like that in preparation for a battle, or just swing those around. Also comes with some blast effects. I think with RC these were yellow or orange, I think, from memory, but I guess with the Decepticon colouring, the nice translucent purple does look pretty good, which is probably why I would have preferred these, for example, to be in that sort of purple colour. Comes with the gun hilt here, which I thought was always a little bit clunky. The gun itself is pretty nice. It's a nice sort of glossy, I think it's painted, nice sort of glossy black there, and you can just sort of have it in the hilt if she's not holding it. I'm not sure if I'll use that in bot mode. And it also comes with a tiny little pistol there, which again is a nice sort of glossy black. I can't remember if RC came with this. This sort of reminds me of the pistol that RoboCop carries around. but never mind that. And it also comes with a couple of ninja stars or shuriken. I'm not sure how she holds those yet. There is a peg there, but I'll have a look in bot mode. Hopefully she can hold them in her hands like she's about to throw them, but we'll get to that in bot mode. And then lastly, it does come with this weird face sculpt. I'm not sure where this comes from. It must be a Japanese cartoon of some sort. There's like some weird molding thing or mole on the side of the face there. And it does give off a bit of a sex doll vibe to it with that mouth and so on. But I'll see how it looks in bot mode once I swap out that head sculpt. But now I'll give you guys a closer look at the car itself. Alright, the car mode itself is pretty nice. I do like the very shiny black paint job that they've got on the sides here. I actually thought that was going to be matte black, but the shininess of it really does make it stand out on display. I think it's this sort of shiny black that they should have gone with MP, I think it was 49, Nemesis Prime, the new Nemesis Prime based on MP-54. That one had unpainted plastic that was really, the only reason I didn't get it was because the paint application just looked very cheap. Whereas this one here looks pretty good, although I just did notice a paint chip just on the back here, which is a little annoying. Luckily you won't be able to see that in bot mode. I think that'll fold away, but everything else I think has been pretty good paint wise. The only other thing that I sort of regret is this translucent yellow windscreen. I think they should have gone with a translucent purple like they have with the old MP9 Rodimus, black Rodimus, and also the MP-25L loud pedal, which was the Trax repaint. That one had purple windows as well. So I think the purple would have fitted those a bit more. I did post a photo of all the black repaints up on the Facebook page, so head over there and have a look at that. And you'll probably see from that why I would prefer the purple windscreen as opposed to this sort of neon yellow. But I don't have RC in bot mode because all my core cast I have in bot mode. I don't have her in car mode. I do have her in bot mode, so I don't have her to compare, but you get the general idea. I think it's pretty much like for like, swapping out with the silver and the white, and I think these with the pink and so on. But that's pretty much it for the car mode. Not much else to write home about. I think for most of my repaints I tend to have them in car mode, but this one is definitely one that I'll probably keep in bot mode just to make use of all the accessories and also to make use of all the posability and so on. But that's pretty much it. It's probably going to take me another half an hour to get this thing transformed properly, like it always does with these MP figures. But I'll do that and give you guys a look at the bot mode. Hold on. Alright, so here she is in bot mode, and the transformation was every bit as painful as I remember. The rotation of the windscreen, getting through into the backpack there was a little bit painful, but the hardest part was definitely just collapsing this whole rear section and having the back part here collapse over the top, so that you could get this sort of framing. I'm not sure if the lighting can make that out, but there's this frame or edge here that you're meant to push down. You're meant to push down the front part of that, which connects to the torso area, and you're meant to push that down, and then push this as far down as you can whilst pushing it from the bottom up, so you can get the sort of L shape there fitting in under the back of the torso area. But once you get it in, it doesn't look too bad, but my god, it was painful getting it to that point. As you can see, I've already swapped out for the sort of sex doll face in that sort of weird Japanese anime sort of pose. But once you get it into that pose and into bot mode, it does look pretty good. I do like the fact that it's got the extra chin piece here, which covers up that sort of weird gap that was on RC that made the chest look too low, when in reality the chest isn't too low at all. It's just that this steep sort of angle here, I guess, gives that illusion. The other thing I'd point out about the head there, when you do swap it out, mine doesn't exactly close all the way properly, so you can see a bit of a gap there. I think I've seen that on most figures, but I do wish that closed a little bit better than that. It was a little bit difficult swapping the head sculpts around, and I definitely won't be keeping it in that particular mode. I'll have the faceplate, the purple faceplate, which I think I've left in the other room. The purple faceplate sits over the top of the mouth of the previous head sculpt. The sculpt wise, I think if I just stand her up here, if she's not going to topple over, I'll just quickly get RC out here. They are pretty top heavy, but as you can see, both of them side by side, the sculpts are pretty similar. I think the main differences are the molding differences in the grey torso, where you can see the purple and the black here is different. I think some of the sculpting on the forearms is a little bit different. I guess with Nightbird here, she does have those slots where you can put the size or pretty much any other weapon, whereas RC doesn't have that. And of course the neck piece that I mentioned before, but other than that, I think pretty much everything else is the same. Oh, and of course the face sculpt is different, and the head sculpt itself. I do wish that they did give a longer rifle with Nightbird. I do like that long rifle with RC, but I guess they did balance that out with all of these sort of weapons and so on, and the lightsabers, etc. So I guess it does have that nice little bit of difference. And of course, what else? Oh, I guess the chest plate here is obviously different as well, with that sort of molding. And as you can see, mine did have that sort of paint blemish on the front there, and I don't think you can really even make it out now that I've put that little Sharpie bit of silver on there. Articulation wise, I think it pretty much has all the same articulation as RC did. Just need to be careful with how you pose it because of that top heaviness. I did find the torso articulation here was a little bit tighter on RC, whereas here it's as you can see, it sort of just flops back with that weight. I don't think RC did that, but for the most part I don't think that affects it too much, because it sort of balances out when you have it posed up. What else should I say? I think paint app wise, I do like all of the sort of metallic silver. It's got that nice metallic shine to it. I think the mold itself probably lends itself to this figure or character than RC. I think the black backpack tends to hide it a little bit more. It is, as you can see, it is a pretty sizable backpack. But I think at the end of the day, with that black, and if you have it in a sort of display and so on, it tends to hide a little bit. And I guess with all of the accessories and so on, you do have a few more options to mess around with the figure itself. So I guess if you are a repaint haul like I am, with all of these Takara releases, I think you're going to have a pretty good time messing around with this particular figure. So I just had to be careful there before these things topple backwards. But that's pretty much it, I think, for my thoughts on Nightbird. As I was saying before, I definitely will be keeping this one in bot mode and not car mode. I'm not sure if they're going to come out with any other repaints for this particular mold, but I'm happy enough to keep her in this ninja mode. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully you like my quick thoughts on that, and can give the video a like and subscribe. I do have a whole bunch of 1/12th scale figures coming from Storm and Super 7 coming up from Big Bad Toy Store, so hopefully you can subscribe and stay tuned for all of that. But until then, thanks again, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers. Bye.